Alrighty, welcome back now home to Diablo 3 Challenger. We're looking at the North American side first, and then we'll be looking at the European side shortly after that. So stick around if you're here for Europe. If you're here for North America, that is first. Alright, we are going to be looking at a Legacy of Nightmares build. Mostly relies on your Fetish Army cooldowns, and it is pretty squishy, so be a little bit careful about standing in affixes. Alright, I have already done this once. I accidentally completed it when I was getting the map. So we are racing our own time, but our first time was kind of slow because I was exploring all over the map. So hopefully we can do better this time around, and hopefully this helps you guys. Alright, let's go ahead and get on into it. One of the keys to this build is making sure you have your pets up, and also making sure that you have your soul harvest at full stacks whenever possible. Now, Soul Harvest is a cooldown that makes you immune to all damage, if you didn't know that. It also gives you a movement speed boost with the particular rune that this guy's using. So utilizing those two things to avoid damage and also traverse the large portions of terrain that you don't need to really worry about is pretty much key to making this build work. All right, we're gonna grab this conduit pylon, and then we're gonna work our way down this way. We're just gonna go ahead and kill this trash as we go because it's a good chunk of trash. We're gonna stop for a second, let the condi do its work, and then we'll continue on down this way. Same thing, a lot of trash. We'll let the condi do some work. And this room is going to be just much of the same. Lots of trash, let our condi and our pets do the work for us. Now, you could probably save a little bit of time by going straight to the two elites with this conduit pylon. That might be the better call. I'm not sure. You guys let me know what you did. Did you go straight to the elites? Or did you let the conduit clear out the trash? How'd you guys decide to do it? Either way could work, I think. All right, and then there should be another elite right here. So I'm gonna summon my pets right on top of him so he goes pop. Whenever you resummon your pets, they will obviously attack whatever is nearest to them. So that's a good way to control your pets, even though you don't really have direct control on a witch doctor, right? But you have that you can use to kind of target them a little bit. Right, this guy's a little annoying because he is an illusionist, but no big deal. So what I'm going to do here may actually cost me time. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's the right call. So I'm going to summon my pets. I'm going to work my way down this way, and I'm going to let myself grab the channeling pylon before we grab the power pylon, because the channeling pylon resets my cooldowns, right? And it also makes my cooldown on my spirit walk a lot lower. So I think that that's the better thing to do, and then use your channeling pylon to try to get you down to the elites down here that much quicker and kill him that much faster, because you'll have your channeling pylon for both of these two, and then you can blow through a lot of progression very quickly that way. Now, I do want to spirit walk as much as possible so I don't die to that nonsense, but yeah, I think that that's the way to go. I could be wrong, but I think that's the way to go. All right, and we're gonna go this way up onto the next floor. This floor has a lot of progression. There are several elites as well. It's pretty good. The elites are a bit further down though. Now, I'm actually gonna skip as much of the trash as I can here. It is good trash, it's decent progression, but I'm just gonna stop to reset my Injustice cooldown, my Grave Injustice cooldown, and try to use the cooldowns for the Spirit Walk as well. This elite's going down a little slow. I'm not super happy with it. I should have popped my Fetish Sycophants, I think, but c'est la vie. All right. We have another like 2 elites up this way. So I just want to kind of kill as I go, get my cooldowns ready. And then there should be 2 yellows. There they are. So I'm going to cast my stuff, get them ready to take these guys out. And then I'm going to spirit walk. Oh, geez, I kept accidentally clicking them. It's hard for me to control with the splint. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I got the cast off my hands, and now I have a splint. So yay, kind of. And I just died. See? Splint. So I just lost a bunch of time and lost my cooldown for my Fetish Army. Feels bad. That actually really feels super duper bad, because that means that we won't have it for the Rift Guardian, which is going to slow us down a whole heck of a lot. But we're just gonna stand on top of him more or less and spam cast our abilities. Oh, there it is. Okay, we did get it up. Just a little bit slower than I would have liked, but we got it up. All right, and there he is. Time was still pretty slow, I think. That death definitely hurts. But hopefully that helps you guys. If it does, make sure you like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you're here for the Europe time, that will be up next. So we'll go ahead and go on into that. Thanks, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Xanthus Gaming Nephilim. We're here today in Diablo 3 on Europe, and we are doing a challenge rift that is a Helltooth build. Kind of. I mean, it's a Helltooth build. It's just not your normal Helltooth build. So a lot of it focuses on using Acid Cloud and spamming Wall of Death, and then just trying to save your Gargantuan pop for when you come across elites, because he has a rune that makes it only last for 15 seconds. So save your Gargantuan for when you come across elites. Pronado, Grasp of the Dead, you can use those at will. But most of your damage is going to come from your Wall of Dead and your Acid Bomb as you're walking through trash. And then you're going to use your Gargantuan to try to pop elites, basically. Map should be on the right. We're going to go ahead and get on into this thing and see how we do. I have plenty of time. It's just kind of annoying to play. All right. So we're just going to walk in. There should be an elite relatively quickly, but I want to get my Wall of Death off so I get my damage reduction. Now, whenever you do your Wall of Death, you get damage reduction and a damage increase on your creature spells. So make sure before you cast your Gargantuans that you just cast a Wall of Death to make sure you get full use out of them. And then I would just, honestly, you can cast 3 Wall of Deaths with the Jerem Bracers. So do a lot of that. Spam a lot of right clicks with the acid bombs. And just do your best to make the best out of the build. Recast your Gargs whenever you have an elite, as long as it's up, and it'll help you blow through those elites relatively quickly. Do note that the Walls of Death do not stack, so if you cast 3 directly on top of each other, they won't stack. So don't try to do that, I guess. But yeah, there should be another elite down here. There he is. And we're gonna die because I just stood in like 3 things. Dang it. I think I just lost, yeah, I lost my guard cooldown. So this guy I'm just gonna have to spam right clicks on and hope that that's good enough to kill him. So if you don't have your Gargs, if you die like that right after you cast your Gargs, it really puts you behind. My time is gonna be prime, I'm guessing, because it really puts you behind. When I was getting the map, I was almost 2 minutes ahead of the time. So, oops, I went the wrong way here. Oh well. Just kill this anyway, it's fine. If you can use your Pronados to group up the Succubus, that might help, or just dodge the Succubus balls, don't be bad like I am. That'll help too. Trying not to stand in that junk. All right. Oops. I was trying to pull up my map and I pulled up the wrong one. It was on the wrong monitor. Nailed it. You guys probably saw my face flash white there for a second. It's because my photo editing program overlaid my screen for a moment there when I alt-tabbed to the wrong map. I wanted to make sure I was going the right way here. My bad. Alright. So again, your Gargs are your big power tool for taking down elites. And otherwise, just spam your Wall of Death on trash. And you can use your Acid Bomb on trash as well to try to pick them off as you go. But the trash progression is not super meaningful. I wouldn't stay on them too long. Just do what you have to do. I really wish this build had Spirit Walk. It would make things infinitely easier, so that you don't have to even worry about the Succubus balls. You could just avoid the damage. They could have easily replaced Grasp of the Dead with Spirit Walk, and it would have made a lot more sense. You could have went the Cold Rune on the Wall of Death. It would have made a lot more sense too. Well, and Cold Rune on Garg as well is a lot better. But, you know, we work with what we got, right? I'm gonna grab this channeling pylon and I'm gonna actually numlock all my stuff. I'm just gonna hold down my mouse so that when I'm not holding down my mouse, I'm casting lots of things because I'm being lazy right now. There we go. I wouldn't recommend doing that though. It does stutter your movements a lot. I'm just being lazy. There are 3 elites in that little section. It's pretty good progression. And then I'm going to turn off my numlock now because my cooldown pylon's done. And it's not doing me any good to have it on. Again, I was just being lazy. It's not actually a good strategy. You probably shouldn't. But I chose to do it because reasons. Probably the same reason this person chose to make this build. Reasons. I honestly sometimes feel like people make these builds just to troll people on challenge rifts, right? And then we just spam everything. Only outside ring actually does damage on your wall of death. Oops, I didn't put my Gargs down. Oh my god. That's like your biggest damage dealer and I didn't throw it down against this guy. Wow. Fail. So sorry we're up on Tuesday instead of Monday. I had a dentist appointment yesterday, so another thing kind of bleh. And then I have my splint that I just got switched over from the cast to the splint, so it was a pretty slow time. I think we could shave about a minute and a half off just by being a little bit more aware of our cooldowns with our gargantuans. But if you were struggling with this challenge rift, hopefully the map helps you out, and hopefully you guys have a good time with it now. All right, we'll see you guys next time.